More than 50 years ago, the Cistercian women who founded the community of Our Lady of the Redwoods left their home in Belgium. Their new home in Northern California was very different from what they had known. They adjusted and embraced their new home. It has become that special place much loved by so many.
Once you hit the bridge, you know you're in a very special place. Just going into this grove of sheer beauty and quiet, it was something that I'll never forget.
The mind quiets down, the heart opens, and you're just being held. It is like a coming home. It's a calling to come and rest.
If you've been to Redwoods Monastery, you may have had an experience similar to that of Virginia Bertelsen and Ted Gagliano. They are like so many of us, grateful people who cherish memories of our time at Redwoods and look forward to our next visit.
My whole life is talking to people and talking on the phone and doing emails, and here the simplicity of just looking inward and tasting this wonderful food that they make themselves, and you feel the love in all of it.
There is a genuine welcoming. It brings you into a presence, a stillness where you're able to really get centered, grounded, like those redwood trees that are so grounded.
And they offer this peaceful sanctuary for people to stop in whatever they're doing in their lives and contemplate God.
It's a grounding for me.
Redwoods has been a sacred ground for so many of us over its more than 50 years of existence. Let's take a moment and experience some of what Redwoods and the community there means to us.
There's so many different ways to describe monastic life. Very simply put, it's a vocation. It's a call, really the finding of yourself in God.
It's a place full of trees and redwood trees and fir trees and animals and quiet and stars, and it's a place where you're in touch with the earth. The seasons of the year, night and day, spring, summer, and fall. I marvel at that. It's just so beautiful, and I feel very, very much a part of creation.
It is the rugged North Coast, and it's just not cushy.
And I can speak only from my own experiences, but that has been a very, very important part for me. The environment, the beauty of nature, to learn from nature, because we all are part of nature.
And sometimes people come and say, there is such simplicity or such peace. but it's because the simplicity of the church.
So how would I describe my community? I would say it's very alive, from the eldest to the youngest. There's a vitality in our life together. They know how to celebrate. They laugh well and weep well.
And it is challenging because you live day in and day out, with the same group of people.
The struggle is personalities, characters and all that,
You pray together, you eat together, and the challenge comes to be able to accept the other and accept yourself and not to judge, because that's where God is working in you through that community, even though it is not easy, even though it is hard. Yes.
That's a common illusion about monastic life, that somehow we all just, kind of go off into our own little world. But it's definitely community, and that's the most important aspect.
And that is helpful to strengthen self-knowledge, because self-knowledge is very important in our life.
You learn and grow while being nurtured by those elders and wisdom figures in the community, and they really are a grace.
Yeah, I find it very broadening, and it's an invitation to grow. It's an invitation to be open, to be opened by the goodness and of other people that are different. Differences are a blessing.
None of us alone can be what we are together.
Each day at Redwoods we gather before we go to work to read the Rule of St. Benedict. The opening of the rule begins with the word absculta, listen. Listen. The divine voice is calling, listen. The monastic journey is learning how to listen. I don't think we ever stop learning how to listen deeply inside and out.
It starts early and it ends at night.
I think that's one way to describe the monastic journey. It's to become fully human, fully divine. The two are not separate. In dealing with our brokenness, we meet Christ.
The actual liturgy goes on throughout the whole life. That's kind of the goal, anyway.
Through Christ our Lord. Amen. The Lord be with you.
I hope you've enjoyed this little glimpse into our lives together here at Redwoods. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your presence in our lives. A monastery is not an island unto itself. We hear often from you of how important we are to your lives, but that is only one side of the coin. We would not be here without you, of how you build us up through who you are, through the prayer you bring to our way of life, and to your own service to humanity. Thank you for being part of our community. Blessings.
We have invited you to view this video because, quite frankly, the community at Redwoods needs our assistance. In order to preserve and sustain Redwoods' monastic life, the community is engaged in restoring and enhancing the physical fabric of some important buildings. In particular, the original chapel that became a library, the house on the hill, and the guest houses are all slated for long overdue renovation and additions. The community needs our help to underwrite the work on all three structures. Their plan evokes the Cistercian ideal of simplicity. It embodies the community's deeply held commitment to hospitality and creating an environment conducive to spiritual growth. It also ensures that all buildings are handicap accessible. The community has long embraced being good stewards of their property as an integral part of their vocation. Without these renovations, that legacy of more than 50 years at Redwoods will be threatened. The projected budget for this essential work is $600,000, a significant sum at any time, but particularly in our times of hardship for so many. However, we know the work is important and believe the community has many friends. Together, we can do this. We must. Won't you please join us in our work by making a contribution? Redwoods, that cherished place so many of us have seen as a home away from home, needs us.
I wanted to write a letter of gratitude to the sisters. And I was trying to think of what were my impressions. What was it that I was so grateful for?
I feel so lucky, so blessed that I stumbled on this monastery and this way of life.
I find when I come home, I seem like, I'm so happy and a much better person.
I think by them living their lives so honestly, simply, peacefully, and in the moment, they offer an example for the world of what could be.
Our Lady of the Redwoods, a place of peace, beauty, and celebration. Let us give thanks.